Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Hello. Good morning. It is a wacky Wednesday. It's a wonderful Wednesday. It's great to be here with you this morning. Thank you so much for getting up and Adam nice and early to come hang out with me. Answer any questions you might have. Gave some updated information on Friday, dropped a couple of videos for graduation, and then yesterday shared our inclement weather plan. I know that the Chester community is full of meteorologists. You all want to make sure that I'm paying attention to the weather for Friday, which I am. And so I wanted to start off this live after saying good morning and thank you so much for tuning in to make a public service announcement that I do not control the weather. So anyone out there who thinks I have the power to control the weather, I don't. So I just having a little fun. So good morning to everyone. You got to disconnect the AirPods from my. Yes. Are you sure they're connected to yours? I'm sorry. Anyways, good morning to everyone. I'm here. What are your questions? What are your thoughts? What are the things that are on your mind? What do you need to know to make sure that we're all connected? We're all engaged for our families with students in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. It is time for us to finish strong, get those assignments turned in before final exams next week. And for our seniors who are graduating, I think today is the last day of a scheduled exam. We are working hard to make sure that every single student who is eligible for graduation does graduate. We are down to the wire. We are working diligently to get those last few students the things that they need so that they have those graduation credits so that they can walk and get that diploma on Friday. Exciting times. Barbara Kaminsky, yes, the one job that can be 100% wrong and not get in trouble, the weatherman. That's awesome. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Just excited for you to join me, to stay connected, to stay informed, and to stay engaged. I appreciate you so much for being with me. For those of you who are still waking up with your morning Joe, this is actually my second round of caffeine. You know, I like to, I think you all know by now, I work out super early in the morning. So I am up and at 'em and wired by like 5 a.m. And so what I like to get is a long, a tall, slow drip for the day to just help me sustain my energy and get me through, especially the afternoon and the evening, because you know the life of a high school administrator is locked in for many hours of many days. And so I know that yeah, I'll just stop right there. Let's start. So Gabe TCM on Facebook, what sort of dynamic are we looking at for next year? So I'm not sure what you mean by what sort of dynamic. I'm going to assume I'm making a huge assumption here. I'm going to assume that you mean like, what is school going to look like? So we are in person, full bore. I'm not sure of distancing or mask requirements, like in terms of COVID mitigation. I do not know what that's going to be. I don't know what that's going to look like in the school setting. But I know that all of our students are going to be back 5 days a week, every single one of them. And families will have the choice if you want, if students or families, if you want your child or students, if you want to work fully online, you will not be a Thomas Dale student. You will come out of Thomas Dale roles and be enrolled in CCPS online. To learn virtually. We will not have a virtual school here at Thomas Dale. We are never going back to normal. So I don't want to say that. We're moving forward and onward to better in terms of the educational experience before the pandemic. So I hope that answered your question. Just trying to interpret what you meant by the dynamic for next year. Hopefully that answered your question. Good morning, everyone. Hello. I see you tuning in. If 9th, 10th, and 11th graders are done with exams by, say, the end of the week, do they still have to go into school or sign in virtual, or are they done for the year? Yes, Ms. Garcon, thank you so much for asking that question. Gives me the opportunity to clarify. Exams are different than SOL testing in that during SOL testing, we are still accountable for school and still accountable for days. For students who are exempt from their exams, or their teacher gave them like a longitudinal project type exam, or gave that exam, a student does not have to attend class during the exam schedule. So for example, let me pull up the exam schedule real quick. For example, on June 14th, which is Monday, we're giving 2 exams, 8:30 to 10:25, and then 10:35 to 12:30. We're giving 2 exams, first period and the 2 even period exams. Those are the only 2 classes that a student would go to. So if a student is exempt from both of those exams, they don't have school that day. If a student has, let's say, is exempt from the first period but has to take their 2 even, they can either arrive at 10:30 so that they can go to their 2E class to take their 2 exam. If they're in person, they can take the exam virtually, absolutely. Or they could ride the bus in the morning. We'll have a holding room for them during their first period because they're exempt. Whatever subject that is, that subject will have like a holding room, just a quiet space for it'll probably be like 3 or 4 students in there until it's time to take that 2 even exam. And so each exam is treated as its own day or own block or own period. So I hope that answers your question, Ms. Garcon. Happy Wednesday. Love the yellow. Thanks, Ms. Cause. I appreciate it. Every once in a while, I like to wear shirt and tie combos that require battery operation. Just kidding. I definitely put in a fresh set of batteries for today. I'm just messing with you. All right, keeping it moving. Still on Facebook for these questions. Andrea Lewis, will the cheerleaders / athletes have to continue to wear a mask at all practices this summer? I'm not sure yet. We have not unpacked what type of COVID mitigation strategies we will have in place. Those coaches will communicate that. We will communicate that through our coaches. Our director of student activities, Mr. Tallman, is awesome. He does a great job of communicating directly, but he also does a great job of communicating with coaches. So that information will come through the coaches. You will probably not hear it from me, and that's not probably something that I'm going to post on social media. That will be directed from the coaches. You'll get that information from them. Andy Martin, I got here late. Is this a general Q&A? Yep, absolutely. Just a general Q&A, making sure that we're all connected, we're all informed, we're all engaged in what's going on. Andrea Lewis, does that include 9th graders? I'm assuming you're talking about exams. So Ms. Lewis, yes, I am talking about exams, and that's for all grade levels, all students during exams. If they do not have an exam, whether it's exempt or they've already taken that exam or it's some type of longitudinal project, they do not have to show up, whether in person or virtually, for that specific exam. It's quite possible we will have students who are exempt from all of their exams who won't have school at all next week. That is absolutely possible. It's possible that a student might not have a class or an exam until June 17th. I'm looking at the exam schedule up here. Like if 4 odd is the only exam they have to take, then that's the only day that they'll have school next week. All right. Looks like I'm caught up. Let's see what's going on Instagram. I see, hey, my friends over here on YouTube, good morning. Feel free to use the live chat. Drop your question if you've got a question. My friends on Instagram and Facebook already know that the deal. Optimist for David. What's up, Dr. Jones? What's up, man? Good morning. All right. I think I'm good to go on any questions over here on IG. Coming back to Facebook, Ms. Summer. Good morning. Thank you for clarification of exam schedules. As 10th grade parents, we did not get to experience this last year. Do you know how first day of school will work for students that may have CTC? Will they go to first block? Will they get help to ensure they get on the correct bus? Yeah, great question, Ms. Summer. So remember, next year, First day of school is for first year students only. So ninth grade typically will be the only grade that shows up on August 23rd. On August 24th will be the first day of school for everyone else. So it depends, Ms. Summer, on whether or not Gemma has even day tech or odd day tech. So let's say that Gemma has even day tech next year, and you won't know that until the schedules are set, which will be published live on I think we were shooting for August 15th. So like just over a week before school starts. I think that's the day. I feel like I know the day. I know exactly where it's located. But anyways, let's go on to your question. Let's say that Gemma has an even day tech. So her first day of school is actually August 24th, which is an even day. So she would come to Thomas Dale, go to first period class, and then we set the students in a holding area until the bus comes, because our first period ends at 9:15, but the tech center bus doesn't come until typically 9:30. So there are 3 tech center buses, 2 that go to Courthouse and 1 that goes to Hull Street. So they will absolutely let her know which bus to get on, whether she's going to the Courthouse Tech or the Hull Street bus, the Hull Street Tech Center. That'll be which bus she gets on. And so as long as she's getting on the bus that goes to the right tech center, she'll be good to go. But we'll be out there to take care of her. Absolutely. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Miss Edwards. Good morning. When can we get parking passes? Tech center needs Macy's Dale one before she can get. So we have not set issue dates for parking passes. My goal is to get them in students' hands a little bit earlier this year. Number one, because we start school 2 weeks earlier than normal. But number 2, I also want to create opportunities this summer for seniors to come in and paint their parking spaces. So I don't have a date. Probably going to be like late July-ish is what I'm thinking. Hope that answered your question. Aaliyah the Dunn, thank you. Yes, thank you. You're welcome over here on Instagram. Thank you for the shout out. I appreciate you. Aaliyah Dunn, yes, you're good. Good morning, everyone. Hello. I'm gonna take a sip. I'm gonna take this short break opportunity to take a sip of my my venti red eye. So for those of you who don't know what a red eye is coffee with a shot of espresso. Whew. And that's not my secret to why I'm so energetic. It helps, but that's not the secret. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm here to answer your questions, to address anything you've got going on. Andy Martin. All right, here we go. My question is about the honors English option. My rising 11th grader had honors on her schedule, and then it was no longer there, and she's now enrolled in standard English. I've emailed her counselor, and she did not respond quickly. But I'm still confused. She explained that they'll be in regular English, but with honors coursework. Do you have any insight into this? Yeah, so students who are in English class who opt into the honors coursework, the way it'll be structured is kind of like all students in the class must do these activities and go into these objectives. And then for students who are taking the honors level, there's another set of deeper, richer content that separates the difference between non-honors English with honors English. So we will work on a deeper level of communication, and then speaking directly to this, to what your question is, to help you a little bit better understand. But it is not taking away anything from the rigorous coursework. It's not taking anything away from the 0.5 GPA boost. It's just increasing that opportunity and increasing that level of accountability, so that students who want the honors coursework get the honors coursework, and then students who don't want the honors coursework don't. So what we've seen in our experiences is students trying to move in and out, and what it does is disrupts their schedules tremendously. So we want to try to cut down on that. So it's really threefold. There's one, creating access for more students. Two, it's creating a level of accountability that's more and that's richer and deeper for the student. Number three, it's allowing students to move whether it into or out of without blowing up their schedule and getting new teachers and having other content areas shifted around in their schedule, especially once they start going. Teresa Barlow, if we have a new driver who can't drive until November, can we get parking pass then? Yep, absolutely. So we sell parking passes all throughout the year. So as soon as your child has his or her driver's license and is ready to begin driving to school, that's when we'll go through the parking pass application and get the parking pass assigned. All right. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Oh, we got more questions. Oh, no, we don't have more. What's going on? Why does it keep scrolling back? All right. I'm going to trust that I've caught up. Maureen, sorry. Love the yellow. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Every once in a while, I like to put on bright colors. So today I was feeling like one of those days where bright yellow kind of spoke to me. Good morning, friends on YouTube. Good morning, friends on Instagram. Good morning, friends on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to allay any concerns. I'm even taking suggestions. But I'm also here to let you know I don't control the weather. Miss Garcon, for drop off next year, will it be the same way it was this year, door 14? Yes, ma'am. That is our procedures. It was actually always our procedures. It just became that we needed to be more vigilant because of COVID. I'm hoping that as we make this, it was a procedure that we put in probably 2 years ago. But I'm hoping that as we get through this and more parents are rotating through what the standard is, it's less and less corrections I need to do in the parking lot. The amount of corrections I need to make for drop off and pickup, parent drop off, parent pickup, not fun. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And Coker, Drew is a new driver now. Where can you find a parking pass application? So we have not published the new parking pass application for next year. I will communicate that directly. One, I'll do it on social media so kids see it, but then I'll also push it out to our parents over the summer. When we're ready to set up our dates, we typically do 2 dates in the summer to sell parking passes. We'll do a date for seniors first. We give seniors priority. Just, one of the perks of being an old person. Seniors will get first shot at it, and then we'll have a day for seniors and juniors, and maybe even a third day. It'll be probably around the middle of summer. I want to, for the first time, typically since I got here, we haven't done painting of parking spaces for seniors until like fall. So I want to get that started a little bit earlier so that our 12th grade students have like the summer to design and paint their parking spaces and enjoy it all year, as opposed to, a part of the year. Good morning. Good morning. Will new student freshman orientation be in person? Yes. So Miss Bogan, thank you so much for answering that question. We do a pretty decent job. We actually do our transition starting in November of the student's 8th grade year. If you were part of our Knights Rising program, when we did kind of instructional programming and an informational night around registration and course selection, we did that virtually this year, obviously, because it was we had a little thing called the pandemic. But we start that in November. We have a strong relationship with our feeder patterns, but we will also typically we'll do a June field day. Obviously, we didn't do it last year and we can't do it this year. And then we'll do a virtual get to know you and leadership over the summer. And then the very first day of school, the new students will be the only ones who are in the school, and we treat that as an orientation day. So the in-person orientation day for 9th graders will be on August 23rd. All right, Ms. Kamisara, you may have answered this, but if the students are vaccinated, do they have to wear masks during school? Right now, no matter what, while we're in the building, we have to wear masks. So whether fully vaccinated or not, for example, like I'm in my office with the door shut, I'm here. I don't have to wear my mask. As soon as I walk outside of my office, or as soon as somebody walks into my office, I put my mask on, even though I'm fully vaccinated. In the school setting, excuse me, we still wear masks. Whether or not that will be the case next year, I don't know. I am 100% unsure of what COVID mitigation strategies will or will not exist for next school year. But as of right now, we are all wearing our masks in school. As a matter of fact, for graduation on Friday, our staging area will be in the building. So all of our graduates, when we're getting set, while all of our guests and families are loading up in the stadium, our students will be in our school. 10 students per classroom, getting staged, getting ready, getting prepped to walk. While they're in the building, they will have to wear their masks. As soon as we walk outside, number one, we're going to keep them 6 feet apart so they can take their mask off. But even for our vaccinated and non-vaccinated, of course, at any time, anyone can wear their mask. It's not one or the other. You have to take your mask off. No. No one's gonna tell you that. All right. Facebook is doing this weird thing with the comments. Like every time I scroll up, it's just repeating the other questions. Weird, but I do get to see the questions as they roll in. Good morning. Let me take a scroll through Instagram. Thank you for being so transparent and full of info. Yes, absolutely. It's the only way we get through together. It's the only way we stay connected. It's the only way we can have an effective organization. Like everyone who has a vested interest in our organization, in Thomasdale High School, has to know what's going on, right? Otherwise, it's just, number one, it's not a great experience. But number two, we can't maximize our potential to be as effective as we possibly can if we all don't know what's going on. You know, we have this saying on our leadership team that it's not a plan if it's only in your head. I've got the best plans in my head, right? But it's not a plan unless everybody knows exactly what's going on and everyone knows their role and responsibility within that plan so that we can make that plan come alive. Otherwise, it's not a plan. It's just an idea in your head. Like graduation, I got graduation all planned out, but it's not a plan if it's only in my head, which is why, you know, Mrs. Clark and I, we made the 4 videos. We've got the one-stop shop. We communicated yesterday our inclement weather plan. We knew what was in our head for inclement weather, but the number of questions we were getting and the meteorologist experts who were reaching out to us, we were just like, you know what, let's just share this. And of course, you know, the other, some more stuff just, you know, kept coming in. Just it is what it is, but we've got to answer the questions. We all have to know what's going on. It does so much for all of us when we're aware. It's best practice. So thank you for recognizing, and absolutely, it's me, just the face of it. I work for an amazing team. I've said that more. It's the Thomasdale team that really makes the experience great. But I just get to be the face of it. Ms. Garcon, are you going to be doing your live videos over the summer? Yes, absolutely. As we finalize our plans for next year and what things will look like. For example, our shared visioning team built out some action steps that I'm actually going to send to the community for your feedback. Like, here's our plan for next year. Here are the specific things that we're going to do for next year. What is your feedback? You know, based on our shared vision of every night, every day, based on the last 3 years of our work and really thinking about which direction we're heading. Here are our action steps. This is the way we're going to do seminar. This is the way that we're going to do collaborative processes. This is how we're going to amplify student voice. This is how we're going to re-engage our families and communities coming out of the pandemic. So I'm going to share all of that with you. Our plan for our shared vision initiation in year 4. I can't believe this. I'm going into year 4 next year. Crazy. The students who I got here with will be graduating next year. That's awesome. It'll be my first full class. Like, we've been together for 4 years. So very exciting. So short answer to your question, Ms. Garcon, yes, I will be. Long answer, I said all that. Ms. Nickerson, I know you may have addressed this, but is there a way to move the graduation inside in case of inclement weather? Yeah, so that's a plan like D that's in my head that I am hopeful I won't have to execute. We've actually went inside the gym to lay it out. We've got a lot of things going against us. The first thing going against us is capacity. I cannot have every 200 graduates with 8 guests fit in my gym. That's one thing. Number two, even if I reduce the number of guests, I don't know, even if it goes down to 4, that's 200 students on the court. I got to keep them spaced out. I can do them at 3 feet with masks on. And then that would mean 800 guests. So 400 on one side of the bleachers and 400 on the other side of the bleachers. I don't know what level of distancing I would need to have between pods of 4 in order to pull that off. So that is a doomsday scenario, Ms. Nickerson, but one that I have played out. I really don't know, and I'm off the cuff here. I just want you to know, like, you put me on the spot, you're going to get a raw answer. So I want you to know that. I don't know at which point I would execute that plan. In terms of if all 3 need to be canceled, and then all Saturday's looking like a complete wash where we can't get one in the stadium in. So we've got one in our head. We went in, we paced it out, we planned it out. I just don't know if it's feasible, and to go from 8 guests to 4 would be that would be the first catastrophic move. So I recognize all of that, and I'm not in a position where I'm going to make everybody happy, right? So the first thing I wanted to make sure everybody knew today is that I don't control the weather. Please understand that. The best thing that I can do is respond to the weather and have a solid plan. I will say this. I looked again at our fort. Remember, we've got a weather station here on site. So we have real data. We've got real-time data. We can watch the radar as it pertains to our stadium. But the forecast is looking better. Every day, the forecast for Friday looks better. So for everyone out there, let's take a deep breath. We're going to be okay. And we don't control the weather. All right, let's keep on going. Yes, awesome. Thank you, Miss Coker. All right. Fingers crossed. Yes. And let me say this. I mean, we talk a lot about like hope, right? Hope is a very powerful thing. Hope is a motivational aspect. The one thing that hope is not is a strategy. And so I cannot go into anything as a leader hoping, right? There's got to be a plan. There's got to be a contingency. There's got to be a contingency to the contingency. There's got to be a backup to the contingency. And so while you all might only see A and B, there's a lot going on underneath that, because you would much rather, well, me as the leader of this school and this community, but also for you all, would much rather know, okay, if this happens, this is what I can expect from Jones. And for me, instead of panicking and having an anxiety-ridden moment, I can go back to, all right, we planned for this. This is what we're going to do. So there you go. All right, Miss Roberson, Jaime's birthday is the 12th. That's awesome. Let's get him graduated on Friday, so that he can celebrate his birthday on Saturday. And Instagram, if I lose you, it's because my battery is about to die. I don't think my plug can reach that far. All right, my battery's about to die, Instagram. So if I lose you, I'm sorry. If I lose you, I still love you. All right. Do you know the best way to shout out a teacher that goes above and beyond, a teacher that made that impact a child will remember forever? Yes, Ms. Kamasara, thank you so much. If you go into the Ultimate Guide, in the Ultimate Guide, there's a section called Teacher Shout Out. Let me scroll down a little bit. The Ultimate Guide has everything. Send a teacher or more some love and appreciation. So there's a section, it's about 2/3 of the way down in the Ultimate Guide, where you can click on a link and you can fill out a form. All it is the teacher's name and then what you want to send to the teacher. It automatically generates a form that is emailed directly to me, actually. I review all of them before I send them to a teacher. Unfortunately, we have folks who don't always have nice things to say, and I don't want the teacher seeing that. So it comes to me, and then I forward it to the teacher. And I like to see when teachers are getting shouted out too. It fills my bucket as well. Ms. Roberson, what type of security will be at graduation? Yes, awesome. So we will have Chesterfield County Police Department supporting some of our efforts. We will have RMC security, the same security we use at our football and basketball games. And then we will have about 50, I think like 57 staff members on campus for each graduation. So lots of security. And every guest gets wanded as they come in. Ms. Trujillo, you and your team have done an outstanding job overcoming all the obstacles that were thrown at us this year. Absolutely, this team is just so amazing. The response, the leadership, the communication, the grace, the understanding, the adaptability. Our team just, you're right, just absolutely did a phenomenal job. I really don't have the words to describe it. I don't even know if the words exist, how amazing our team has been. So I appreciate you giving credit where credit's due, because it doesn't always come our way. So thank you. Good morning, everyone who's tuning in and joining. Oh, here we go on Instagram. As a mother of a senior, I just want to thank you for being a wonderful principal. Your energy and communication over the years has been appreciated. Keep doing amazing work. Thank you. Thank you so much for that shout out. I appreciate it. It's, I just get to be the face of an amazing team. That's all I can really say is I cannot take credit at all. It is about the team. It is the team's effort. It is the team's work. I can't take credit, but thank you so much for the kind words. I definitely appreciate that. And I know our team sees that as well. Matter of fact, I think Jeff, I saw Jeff pop on here. Mr. Milner, one of our APs. Good morning. Good morning. Hello on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Instagram, I hope I don't lose you. Battery is about to die. I just got the 10% notification. So we'll see how it does. You all know the drill. I'm here to answer questions, allay any concerns, take on some suggestions. You all always ask great questions. You always drop the great comments, things that we have thought about but didn't communicate, things that we haven't thought about that we need to think about. I've got my pen and sticky note ready to go in case there's something I need to take note of. Almost every time I hop on here, I'm always walking away with something like you guys are adding to my task list, which is great, greatly appreciated. Absolutely greatly appreciated. Ms. Roberson, you are an outstanding principal and leader. Thank you. I appreciate it, Ms. Roberson. Thank you for your kind words. Like I've said before, I'm just the face of it. I'm a representative of an amazing team. That's really what I am. And I'm going to take this time to take another sip of coffee. You're good at what? Thank you, Ms. Roberson. You're so kind. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in, for staying engaged, for staying connected, for staying informed, for asking great questions, and for spreading some love. So if you've got a question burning on your mind, drop it in. Make sure you ask. And if this is not the venue that you feel comfortable, everyone in Chester knows how to get in touch with me. Believe me, I know you know how to get in touch with me. Send me an email, send me a text. If you call, don't leave a voicemail. If you call and I don't pick up, just follow up with a text. I don't do voicemail very well. So voicemail just takes too long. So if you call me and I don't pick up, follow up with a text or follow up with an email. Ms. Torres, good morning. We still need to watch the grad videos. Any changes since you emailed them to us? No, no changes. The videos are solid. If you saw yesterday, I shared with everyone our updated one-stop shop, which now has our inclement weather. We were getting a lot of questions about the weather, our weather plan. So we wanted to be clear, communicate so you knew what to expect. For example, the 8:30 graduation, if inclement weather is here, that's one that I cannot delay, right? I either need to have it or not have it at 8:30 because we've got another graduation on the heels of it. But the 11:30 graduation, I actually have a window all the way up to 4 o'clock. So we could still run the 11:30 graduation later on that afternoon, all the way up until 4 o'clock. The 7 p.m. graduation, I'm comfortable with delaying all the way up to 9 o'clock. Like, that's new information. So I gave you that information to know what to expect, when to expect that call to be made, like a kind of a drop dead time of when I'm going to say this is what's going to happen. So that's the only thing that's new, but the videos have not changed. The information that is in the videos, still good, still legit, and still extremely informative and helpful for what to expect on that day. The only thing that's new is we've updated and added our inclement weather plan. Michaela, good morning. I do have one question. With all of us being in one classroom next year, normally my classes have around 30 students. So will all of us be in a single class or have to go to a bigger place? As of right now, we're planning for all of our students to be in the classroom. If we get information throughout the summer that there have to be distancing requirements, because even in a classroom where we might have 30, those classrooms are typically a little bit larger where there can be 3 feet of distance. Like, let's say, for instance, that all students in a school must remain 3 feet apart. Let's say that that's the deal. We will look at all of our classrooms and all of our class sizes, and the classrooms that we cannot meet that standard, we will have to move to a larger space. So that answers your question. If we find out that next year there are no distancing requirements, then we're good to go. It's a moot point. So we will absolutely respond to the requirements and the mitigation strategies that we have to. We will not ignore them. Just like this year, we still haven't come off the 6 foot. Just because we want to maximize safety. Even though we have permission to go to 3 feet, we are still keeping things at 6 feet. We do have a couple of situations where we go to 3 feet because we've had an influx of students who have wanted to come back as we go. So I hope that answered your question, Michaela. All right. Ms. Garcon, as my rising 9th grader likes to say, you are her kind of principal. She's looking forward to going. That's awesome. Yes, that's awesome. Ms. Torres, we are so excited. Thank you. Yep, absolutely. You're welcome. All right, over here, Aletha Dunn on Instagram. When can the students expect their yearbooks? So they will arrive late July, and we will pump out all the information for our current students. We'll use school messengers, so you'll hear directly from me in your email, phone, text. For our graduating seniors, like, I lose access to your contact information on June 30th. So on July 1, I can no longer call you or email you if your child is graduating and you're no longer in our database. So we will communicate on social media, but they will be in late July, and we will set up multiple times to come and get them throughout the day, date times for the morning, times in the afternoon, times in the evening, so that no matter what your work schedule is or no matter what your availability is, we can still accommodate that. Of course, students who are coming back are more than welcome to just wait until school starts to get their yearbook. But I remember getting my yearbook and in school thinking, I wouldn't want to wait. Like, I want my yearbook now. So summertime. Michaela Lee, do you think we can eat in the commons next year? And yes, you did answer my question. Thank you. Yep. Okay. So Michaela, that's a great question. Right now, where it stands, and we're still finalizing this plan. So I want you to know, this is raw not finalized information. So please understand that. Right now, we're actually looking at doing lunch the same way we're doing lunch right now. We found some serious success in combining seminar with the lunch period, and then having students walk down with the seminar leader, come back to the classroom and eat in the classroom. In that smaller, more intimate setting, it does a lot of things for us on both sides of that. So right now, we're not looking at eating in the commons. That also it also mitigates us in case eating in the commons is not a possibility. So as it stands right now, we're looking at eating in the classrooms again next year. Good morning. Can't wait till Friday. Me neither, Miss Sullivan. The anxiety for me is starting to ramp up. Ms. Torres, 2 questions. Will seniors have a way to see the compiled class picture? Will the banner that they signed at the picnic be up somewhere displayed to take pictures of? Oh, that's a great question. So, so the composite picture is going in the yearbook. I've seen it. I have a digital image of it. It's super hard to see the kids on my little. I've only looked at it on my phone. But the senior composite, and it's only a third of the kids, so it's not like only like 250 students showed up to take it, which I understand. I get it. But it's it'll be a 2-page spread in the yearbook. And I'm going to get it printed out and framed so that we will have it to display in the school. In terms of the senior banner, I'll talk to the senior class sponsors about what that could possibly look like, where they would hang it so that students can take pictures of it. Thanks. Yep, you're welcome. Hey, good morning, friends on YouTube. The live chat is open. If you've got a question, please make sure you drop it. I'm over here monitoring all 3. We've got Facebook over here, Instagram right here, and YouTube up here on my webcam. Good morning, everyone who is coming in and out. I know some folks are coming in, some folks are leaving. Just want to say good morning to you. Just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and staying engaged, staying informed, and staying connected. I appreciate you carving out time from your schedule to do all of that, because the more that we all know, the more effective we are as an organization. So drop your questions in the comments on Instagram and Facebook. Drop your questions in the live chat. Questions, comments, concerns, ideas, et cetera, just let me know. While I sip my Starbucks coffee. Good morning. Good morning. I wonder if I have no way of testing YouTube on whether or not you can even hear me. I'm going to assume that everyone on YouTube can hear me. Oh, I make myself laugh. If we can't laugh at ourselves, then how can we expect anybody else to laugh at us, right? All right, I'll hang out for another minute or 2. If anybody else has any questions or comments, feel free to please drop them. Otherwise, I will avoid the awkward, I'm looking at you, you're looking at me. Michaela, thank you. Thank you for letting me know you hear me on YouTube. Oh, I appreciate that. Oh, goodness. I hope you all are enjoying a good chuckle right now at my expense. All right. I let all your friends know I'll be back here at 7 o'clock tonight to do another one. For the folks who are not early risers like you, who prefer the evenings, I'll be back on at 7 o'clock tonight to answer more questions. Everyone have an awesome day. I love you. I love your children. Students, I love you. We got some staff members. I love you as well. So have an awesome day. See you later. Bye.